Teamfight Manager 2 is an esports manager simulator, and the demo is available but only until the 20th of October. Now, I really enjoyed the demo, so I'm gonna break down what's included and what will be coming eventually in the early access game. If you've played the original Teamfight Manager, the game was all about that match and getting the most kills. Well, now we have a proper MOBA like Dota 2 and League of Legends, where the simulation is a 5v5. There's a top lane, a jungle, a mid lane, and a bot lane with both a bottom attacker and a supporter role. In addition, we do have the classic MOBA goals, so there are towers, there are relics or nexus, and there is Mordrak, which is like the jungle baron beast, which buffs all your minions and your teams if you manage to take it down. In compared to the previous game, there are so many more strategic options now, because before the game you can pick strategic options like early game diving in bot lane, and late game splitting your bot laner, pushing in top, and yeah, that's quite interesting, I would say. And you can also pick the strategies for each individual player, if they will be passive or aggressive in their lane, if they are initiators, if they are in the back line, and so on. It's something you also have to adapt based on the characters, the champions that they are playing. Because it is a much more simulated MOBA, the games can run for longer. There were some games that went by very quickly within like 2-3 minute marks, which is more than fine, but a lot of the games last more than 5 minutes, and one reached almost 10 minutes, which was a bit insane because they almost one-shot my Nexus, but suddenly I made a comeback and it was really exciting. And all throughout you can see the champions having a CS score of how many minions they're killing, the gold score, them buying items to improve their stats, which is much more of a wholesome experience. The demo itself limits you to a tutorial of 15 practice matches where you start learning these mechanics one by one. So you start with a 2v2 bot lane only game, and then you learn about the pig ban phase, and then slowly adding mechanics like the mid lane, the top lane, the jungle, until you finally reach this 5v5 that I was speaking about. Outside of the simulated matches, the game user interface has definitely evolved as well, and we get much more of a deep simulation game, somewhat similar to like Football Manager, where you have like the news section, the roster, tactics, and so on. Within the roster, now we can see that the players have much more than just preferred or non-preferred champions, but they have much more in-depth skills, like monster kills, better at killing minions and neural monsters, kill dodging and hitting, and then some more strategic ones like positioning, prediction, or mental stats like concentration and mental strength to favor your stats in unfavorable situations or very long games. There is also a personality aspect like aggressiveness and ego, and that also involves how they make decisions in the game. So definitely when you don't have the best players, you'll definitely see a lot of questionable decisions being made in game, and that can be frustrating but also very fun. Something that's not made use of in the demo but will definitely be something critical later on is the communication level, because there are 4 regions: Korea, China, Europe, and America. There is a communication skill, so probably when we recruit players from outside our region, they will need to learn how to communicate within our region, and that's gonna be very interesting. To help improve each player's stats, there seems to be a much more in-depth training program. So you have a team training plan where you have 10 slots that you get to decide what to pick, such as mechanic training, game understanding, mental, tactical. But you can also do language training, which would improve the communication that I mentioned, or also fan signing events to increase fans, or streaming to get money. What I really liked is that you can actually change the individual training plan for each player. So you start with the team training and you can tweak different sessions. So for example, you make your more popular player do more streaming or friend signing events, or focus on their weakness. And that's going to be really interesting, like having just one player focus on their communication. Perfect. There is even more depth to each individual player because there is now a solo rank. So this is how they perform in a solo ladder. And what's really fun here is that you can see all the different servers and different players, so that's kind of very cool. But you can click on each player and see their last 3 matches, their stats, and you can even spectate those matches. So that allows you to really scout. I mean, I don't think I would be spectating all the players' matches before I recruit them, but it does make it a cool aspect. So especially if you've played the demo and don't want to replay, you can just go into the solo rank and spectate different matches just for the excitement of it. Something that is coming back from the original game is patches. So within the demo, you will see a lot of notifications of newly added champions, and it is part of the patch progress. If you pay attention when you're creating a new game, you will notice that there are multiple game settings like the patch intensity and patch frequency, and even the champion type. So you can even start with a more randomized champion pool and how many champions you add per patch, and it's gonna diversify when you replay the game. There are also different ban pick styles and time limits. If you want more of a challenge, like the fearless or fearless hard modes, will make sure you're not repeating the same champions and the timer giving you more pressure to pick quickly. There are so many more features that we don't have access to in the demo, like tactics, coaching staff, streaming, recruitment, facilities, finance, team info, and manager traits. And that means that this game is going to be more deep than the original, and that's something that I'm really excited for, because this is what I would have looked for in an esports manager simulation game. What I'm really interested to see more of is the rankings and how the leagues will play out, because there are 4 different servers and regions, so I'm not sure how that will be incorporated into the international leagues, which can be really fun, and how many leagues there will be in each server, because I do like a bit of relegation and promotion system as well, but that is not really something that we can discover yet. And I'm also really looking forward to discover more champions, because yes, there are a number of champions you can already unlock and play with, which most of them are from the original game, obviously with tweaked stats and abilities to match the new MOBA style. But there are some new entries like the pole warrior and cavalry that are really standing out already, especially as junglers. And I think that's going to be interesting to balance out and make each role worthy. Overall, my experience with the demo has been really great. Yes, there are a lot of user interface tweaks that I would do, but it is a demo, and obviously I would imagine there is some balancing that is required, especially regarding some AI behavior. But for what the game is, I am absolutely pleased with what we have right now, and I totally recommend that you play it now, because the game won't be available after 20th October. Let me know what was your experience like in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.